So hi everyone, welcome to Humans in AI by the Global AI Community, where each episode we talk to a human working in the field of AI. And today we have Ram. Hi Ram.
Hey, nice to meet you. Thank you for making it here.
Thank you for being here. We're looking forward to our conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions
Sure.
about you, what you do, etc. Let's first start with, you decided to start working in the tech industry.
Yeah.
What would you have done if you have done something completely different?
Oh my goodness, that's such a great question. I feel if I had to not work in the tech industry, I think most likely I would be a trail runner. Most of the time, my weekends, my mornings, I'm just out running on the trails. The Pacific Northwest is just unbeatably beautiful. Mm-hmm. So I've always I follow a whole bunch of races, I follow a whole bunch of trails. I'm charting out where I want to go run. So yeah, it's if I'm not in the tech industry, I'll definitely do trail running full time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite hard to do that as a full-time job, right?
Oh yeah, it's like the dream, right?
Yeah.
When you love it, it doesn't become a job.
No,
I'm
that's
just
true.
every day, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's totally true. Okay, yeah. So what do you and your team do?
Yeah, so at Microsoft, my team's promise to our customers is to keep the machine learning models safe and secure. So I'm part of the AI Red team, and essentially we are an interdisciplinary group of experts whose job is to kind of ensure what are the failure points in machine learning systems and how to systematically probe them before an adversary does. So that's what essentially our team does on a day-to-day basis. We run operations to kind of see okay, what is exactly the boundary point at which these AI systems fail? Mm-hmm. And then we work with these teams to go immediately fix it. That way, our customers are always getting the safe and responsible AI systems in their ecosystem.
Okay, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, and also very complicated. Is it a big team?
No, we're not a big team at all. We're a sizable team of, you can get one large pizza and you can feed our team.
Okay.
But one of the cool things I like about Microsoft is that we have an extended network of specialists. So when you think of machine learning, specifically, you may only think of the model, right? Mm-hmm. But the model is resting within, say, an application, which is encased within a web server, which is encased within a rack, which is encased within a broader data center. So one of the cool things about Microsoft is we have already red teams that probe for specific harms. So we've got the Azure red team, extremely amazing set of folks whose sole job is to think about cloud security. So we partner with them. Then if you need to do a little bit of adversarial machine learning sort of testing, that's a very say it's a little bit of an academic exercise, we get to partner with Microsoft Research. So we start pulling in experts as we need. That way we are mission focused on just finding the failures in the model itself.
Okay. Nice. So AI is also a big part of your work. Yeah. How did you start it in the field of AI?
Yeah. So I am not this, oh, I've always wanted to do machine learning sort of person. So when I was in grad school, this was back in 2010, my advisor was like, hey, you're taking a whole bunch of security classes. You might want to take this machine learning class. CMU is famous for it. You go check it out. It's oh my goodness, I don't want to diversify. I just want to keep doing what I want to like. So I took a machine learning class because my roommate took a machine learning class. And with that, we kind of got hooked on. So we try to look at the intersection of machine learning and security when I was in grad school. And what I tell folks is that it just starts with a class project back 13 years ago. And that kind of grew up into a full-on obsession very soon. And even when I was applying for jobs around the world, it was kind of very interesting because most of the time it was hey, I need you to secure the Wi-Fi component of this device. I want you to look at OS security per se. But because I was working in the intersection of machine learning and security, I think my advisor was hey, we've got this set of folks at Microsoft who are looking at this problem. you should give like an opportunity to interview with them. So that's how it started. I took machine learning classes in school 13 years ago, and then I applied here, and that's how this whole journey came to be.
Yeah. And what really excites you about AI?
Yeah, you know, I keep hearing like how it's really the transformational technology. And after a point, you kind of get bored of listening, right? If everybody keeps talking about like, hey, it's a transformational technology, it's a transformational technology, you take a lot of it for granted after a point. But I think one of the things is like the rate at which these models are improving. Like, you know, you just look at DALL-E or you just play with Azure OpenAI and you get access with just one click, you know, the entire power of Codex. Or with one click, you know, you get the entire access to GPT 3.5. It's just mind-blowing how good they are. Just the emergent capabilities of these like machine learning models are unparalleled. And that is something that, you know, has always excited me. Like, okay, how are they going to raise the stakes up even more every single day?
So now it's really an exciting time because it's going extremely fast at the moment.
Absolutely, it's going really fast. You know, they have this metaphor at Microsoft, and you join, it's like drinking from a fire hose. But now it's like you're sitting with a straw in the rain and you're trying to suck it all in. That's how I kind of feel. It's really hard to kind of like, even for me who work on this every day, to just like be up to date on these sort of things. So yeah, it is actually really, I do really feel it's moving fast as well.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Being up to date is getting harder and harder.
Absolutely.
Yes. One last question for you. What do you really love about your job?
Yeah, you know, it's just the immense talent that's around me. It's just absolutely inspiring. You know, Microsoft in a huge way is an environment. I think of it as like a rainforest. There are so many different people working on so many exciting things. Just like I learn every single day, like, hey, what are you working on? Like just a coffee or just like, you know, talking to somebody, you can really see that they are bringing their best game, and it inspires you to kind of bring your A game as well. So just the sheer talent and diversity of people working here is absolutely inspiring.
Thank you so much for this conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.